So to tell this story, we'd like to give you a couple characters. Benjamin and Barbara, and they recently took their grandkids to Tillamook Air Museum last summer. Their tour lasted less than 20 minutes, covered 4 football fields and area. This left their grandchildren extremely disappointed. Overall, the hangar was cold, had more storage for RVs, farm equipment, and planes, and the admission prices were far too expensive. Overall, Benjamin and Barbara were extremely disappointed. How can we redesign the Tillamook Air Museum experience so that people like Benjamin and Barbara want to come back time and time again? Our mission is to collect, cultivate, and convey World War II aviation history to a global audience. This will be done through engaging exhibits, educational outreach, and special events held in Hangar B, otherwise known as the largest wooden structure in the United States. We know that the Tillamook Air Museum currently has a target market that includes families. This is something that is important to us, and we want to enhance their experience as well. We believe that currently the Tillamook Air Museum doesn't have the target market of veterans. We would like our target market to include veterans by reducing prices for them. We're also going to target pilots and the 21 and over crowd. In order to execute this, we must first know what problems we're facing. Here are our current state of affairs with the Tillamook Air Museum. The price is incredibly high. There's not enough airplanes to fill the space. Random equipment fills the emptiness, such as RV and tractor equipment, and the time it takes to tour the exhibit is far too short given the space allotted. We know this because that's what people are telling us. We got this information off Google reviews, Yelp, and TripAdvisor, and this tells the tale of people that were upset. You get quotes like, overpriced, not much to look at. I have no idea why this is so highly rated. And my personal favorite, I almost asked for our money back, but I didn't want to offend my in-laws. Overall, the price that people are paying is disproportionate to the value that they're receiving.
Okay, and here are the 3 things that our group actually came up with to increase the value that the customer receives. They're going to be remodeling the hangar. We're going to enhance the customer experience. We're also going to be bringing in the community. So first, I would like to talk about remodeling the hangar. We plan off by remodeling both the inside and the outside of Hangar B. We're going to do this by consulting with an interior design firm. The interior renovations will consist of getting rid of all RV storage and anything that's non-aviation related. Our group would like to enhance the beauty of Hangar B instead of completely transform it into something that it isn't. Some things that we would like to do is we're going to polish the concrete floors, replace all existing signage, and we're going to add lights under every single plane. We also would like to add a timeline throughout the entire exhibit. With our new available space, we would like to consolidate our existing planes to one portion of the hangar and use the remaining space as hangar parking for airplane owners. These 2 sections of the hangar will be divided up by a partition wall that will be made out of plexiglass, so they can keep the general public away, but it will allow for viewing of all planes currently docked. All right, the second thing that our group came up with to increase the value that the customer receives is we're going to enhance the customer experience. We're going to do this by adding a drive-in movie theater on the side of the Tillamook Air Museum. Drive-in movie night will take place every single weekend during the summer, weather permitted. We're going to be adding food trucks and brewery trucks that are going to be lined up at the entrance of the Tillamook Air Museum. The portion of the building with a gift shop will have an additional place on what will house garage bay doors that the food trucks will line up and do business out of. The addition on the entrance of itself will be weather tight and allow for dining and a break from the elements. Past the dining hall will be a admission gate for the museum access. Now let me show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about. The blue X here is the east side of the Tillamook Air Museum, and that's going to be designated parking. The red X down here is going to be parking for the drive-in movie theater. The yellow X is going to be our main entrance, which on each side there's going to be food trucks lined up. This white area right here is going to be designated seating where people are able to eat, and then beyond that will be the entrance into our museum. Okay, We're also going to create more value at the Tillamook Air Museum by bringing in the community with our scheduled events. Some of these events include TAM, Operations After Hours, will be filled with lots of music, fun, drinking, and aviation-themed fun for 21 years and older. There will also be Saturday workshops that will be similar to what you would find at Home Depot for children. They will be able to build miniature airplanes, blimps, World War II figurines, and anything that has to do with the Oregon coast, such as sea animals. The last thing that we thought we would do by bringing in the community is host art contests. These will include anything from paintings and sculptures that will be on display inside the Tillamook Air Museum. How we're going to promote this is through local listing services. We're going to register our business under Google Places, and we'll be able to easily find our website, location, and phone number. We're going to enhance our social media by increasing the followers on Facebook and Instagram. We think this would be a great tool to gain more exposure. We're also going to redesign and SEO our website. SEO is search engine optimization. This is going to increase the quality and quantity of website traffic by increasing the visibility of our website in search engines such as Google. We're also going to have billboards up and down I-5 and Highway 205, 20, and 101. And the last thing we're going to do to promote it is that we're going to put articles in Travel Oregon and through the Oregon Coast magazine. Okay, so our price strategy, our value-based pricing for our target market, which are families, we want to be family friendly. So general admission is going to be $5, and children under the age of 12 are going to come in for free. We'd also like a discount for veterans, which would be $3. And then our other three sources of revenue are going to be plane hangar space for $100, and then we're going to only charge $10 per car for the drive-in movie theater. And then lastly, our food truck vendors are going to be $500 a month.
All right, so let's return to Benjamin and Barbara, who after hearing about the renovation want to return to our museum. When they get to the museum, they're greeted by food and welcoming scents, and everyone is excited to try something different. What really has Benjamin and Barbara excited now is that the price of the general admission ticket has gone down considerably. Now, before anyone has even had a chance to see a plane, we've placed them in a relaxed and grateful mood. The family can then proceed to take their time and enjoy the Tillamook Air Museum. The welcoming conditions of the renovation have decreased the family's original desire to leave in 20 minutes. What we have created isn't a destination that you go to once a summer. This is a destination that you're going to want to go to once a month. Thank you.
Question,
Yes.
your last point, you said that this is a destination that you would want, if you're local, or
Yeah.
you'd want to come there once a month.
Absolutely. So this is why. So picture you're sitting at a table, right? At the table there's an open bag of chips. Well, let's say the open bag of chips in this case is the Tillamook Air Museum itself for the airplanes in the museum. So what we're doing is we're pulling people to the museum with the food trucks and the inviting space. And then by dropping the price down considerably, you almost think of it as, well, hey, we're already here, why not? And so by dragging people there, because they're going to want to try different foods and by offering a variety of choices, now you've created a desire to return. And so that's part of the value-based pricing, is that if I'm buying food for my family and my kids are sitting there, which I do have 2 kids, and they want to go in the airplane museum, I can't tell them no for $5. They're free. I have to pay $5 for myself. It just seems like a no-brainer.
You took a risk and took some courage to put those Google reviews up there.
Yeah.
But it's very fair. And Rita is, again, she's the Air Museum director or manager. She's been there 1 year, as she said. So I think we all understand. We've seen those, and we know the challenge. Hard. And it's a big challenge.
Yeah, and with that, it was kind of hard, but we really wanted to focus on what the problem is and maybe how we can increase the value. And so that's why we thought it would be important to add that in our presentation.
One thing I'd like to add is that the people of Tillamook is who this is for, right? I mean, we don't want them paying $12 million to take down this building. And these are the people that are probably going to be going there the most. So how can we make it to where they want to come back? And that was part of our strategy, and why we wanted to drive home these reviews is because this is how people feel. And at the end of the day, if you can make people feel good about something, they're going to want to come back and back again. So that was our approach.
You guys have any other questions?
Your primary partnerships or whom?
So there really wouldn't be any primary partnerships. So the idea is that if you open up the front entrance for food truck vendors, you create like a prime real estate that people are going to want to come to, especially seasonally. Because if you look at places like Sunnyside up in Clackamas, they have a food truck area, and that's on a month-to-month basis that they're paying rent. And if they can't pay rent, they aren't there. And so you can kind of charge a premium based off your supply and demand for who wants to be there. And if it's hot and it's summertime and it's on the coast and you have people going to the Tillamook Cheese Factory and they're right up the road, they can get beer or they can get any kind of food they can think of, whether it's seafood or anything. You're creating a lot of diversity that people are going to be attracted to. And so we kind of want to make ourselves self-sufficient, but not step on the toes of the Tillamook Cheese Factory. Does that answer your question? Yes. Okay, right on. Great, thanks, guys. Yeah, absolutely.